Deep within the Davin system, War Master Rogel Dawn received word from his brother, Rabute Gilliman. Gilliman requested that Dawn come and see him on the world of Kutus Prime. Dawn initially declined, for he was too focused on fighting their father's wars. He had sent the Blood Angels to the Vespar system to liberate the human populations from their Xenos dictators, and had ordered Fulgrim of the Emperor's Children and Ferrus Manus of the Iron Hands to apprehend their brother, Conrad Kurz, whose atrocities needed investigating, and if need be, answering for. Gilliman ordered one of his captains, Verus Caspian, to travel to Dawn's flagship, the Phalanx, entrusting him with the Shard of the Oculus. Caspian was ordered to deliver the Shard to him at any cost, for Dawn needed to know the truth about everything. In the Vespar system, Sanguinius and the Blood Angels would fight numerous battles on the worlds that had fallen under the thrall of an unknown Xenos species. They were tall, lithe creatures with large leathery wings, like demons of legend. The Blood Angels could find no traces of humanity though, except for empty hab blocks and bleached bones. The Blood Angels would fight for weeks against the Xenos, and, eventually, Sanguinius and his children forced the remaining Xenos warriors, left upon the final world, into what appeared to be a temple. Upon entering the temple, there was no sign of the Xenos. Sanguinius and his men became awestruck at the sight before them. The walls of the temple were beautifully adorned, painted with murals and decorated with vast jewels and gold leaf. Vast pillars were erected around the temple, each one with an item of jewellery made from gold, silver, platinum, and various other unknown yet beautiful metals. Enthralled by the sheer beauty, Sanguinius and his men were distracted long enough for the Xenos to launch their final, desperate assault. The Xenos were wiped out, but not before taking a heavy toll on the Astartes. Sanguinius ignored the fallen corpses of his men, and approached what appeared to be a mirror for how reflective its surface was. As he took hold of it, he could feel its inviting warmth through his armoured fingers. He instructed his men to take the remaining items back to their ship, while the temple itself, like all places of worship throughout the Great Crusade, was to be destroyed. The jewellery would rest in the ship's reliquary as trophies. It later transpired, thanks to information garnered from Blood Angel's patrol sweeping the system, hunting down any possible Xenos survivors, that the human populations were rounded up like cattle, and either butchered, devoured, or processed into what could only be described as some kind of narcotic. In the days that followed, Sanguinius found himself spending more and more time within this flagship's reliquary, admiring his new trophies, donning a necklace here and a ring there. He smiled to himself as he found himself finding joy at how beautiful he looked with them. Slowly, he found his senses were becoming heightened whilst wearing the jewellery from the temple. His reflexes were seemingly faster in the training cages, and blows he suffered in sparring matches gave him no pain, but joy. He began to act as if he was addicted. But he couldn't help it, because it gave the angel so much pleasure.